Welcome everybody to another episode of DOScider, our ranking of DOS games. Good to see you today, S. Kennedy. Welcome, welcome. We're on episode 101. And it's lovely to have you all here this fine December evening. I'll put up the camera for a minute. Yo, thank you, Kennedy. Dang, 16 years. I really appreciate all that subbing. And if you're a subscriber, hi buddy. Hi. Okay, well, like my lovely kitty here, if you're a subscriber or a patron, you can always stop by the Discord. And there is a sub-club channel. Anybody can stop in the Discord, but the sub-club channel is just for you. And you can put in a request a month for a DOS game that we can play. You're kind of right in the way, bud. You know, don't you? He's very sleepy. But you can put in for a game a month. We are finally caught up in all of our games. So we're on our November requests and everything. There's only one left. And we're into all the December stuff. We've got a few of those already up and ready to go. And I'm sure we'll be able to get through them very easily in this month. Hi. But as we always do at the start of these days, we try and go through our top and bottom 10 games that we have so far. Just to give a little recap as to where we're at, how far we've gotten in. You can see them all on screen right now, obviously. We've got Star Control 2 still coming in at number 1, then Full Throttle at number 2, Day of the Tentacle, Doom, Heroes of Might and Magic 2, XCOM UFO Defense, NetHack, MechWarrior 2 Mercenaries at number 8, Maniac Mansion at number 9, and System Shock at number 10. Hey buddy, can you maybe move your butt? I can't get to the list and stuff right now. Well, I will say then, while we have a moment here, thanks everybody for waiting for me this evening. It took a little bit longer, and it wasn't for any technical reasons. We had a technical problem yesterday, so I had to bump things a little bit. But today it was my lovely wife and my mother-in-law got together and got me an advent calendar of different coffees, and I spent some time making one just for the stream. So I had my first coffee of December from the advent calendar, and it was processed with white honey. So I'm having the tail end of that. It was really good. I normally like my coffee sweetened and with a little bit of milk, but this one was so sweet already. White honey, yep. This one had like a natural sweetness to it that I put a little bit of sugar in at the end. Like I did a tasting of it. They actually have, in the calendar, they actually have tasting notes for you to like write out your thoughts on each of the different coffees that you get for the advent. But then I also went and got like, so like I had some without any cream, without any sugar, that kind of thing, just to taste it. I had like a really pleasant light aftertaste. Putting in milk and sugar, which I did afterwards, was like, it ended up kind of killing the body of it. So it wasn't bad, but I'm just like, if I had it again, I probably wouldn't put anything in it at all, which is weird for me, because normally I'm a sweet tooth. I like my sweets. But let's get to our bottom 10. It's pretty neat. Yeah, it was really awesome. It was very, very kind of them as a gift. I'm a big, big coffee fanatic. I have mocha pot and French press and all kinds of things. So I did this one French press, and it was really nice. My mocha pot's a little too big for they gave like little bags of whole beans. So I'm gonna have to do them all French press, I think. All right, and our bottom 10, no longer from last Christmas. Last Christmas, you were in the bottom 10, but the very next year, you were bottom 11. You barely made it out. So we've got I was like, I had to triple check that was correct. I'm like, it got knocked out last time, didn't it? Sure did, because we have now Industrial Killers, brand new to the bottom of the list for episode 100. It was Jim Henson's Muppet Adventure #1, Chaos at the Carnival. Thank you very, very much for that request. And then Mr. Pibb, the 3D interactive game. We've been doing really good at getting the bottom of the list recently. Snapperazzi, The Fortress of Dr. Adiaki, The Flintstones, The Jetsons, First Person Pinball, All Dogs Go to Heaven, and Police Quest 4 Open Season. But today, we have something that should be pretty good. I'm excited to check out this one. It's one that I've had an interest in for a while because it's from a dev that I would say is kind of storied, but also I would say the story has often been, or like the ending of the story is depressing. A story developer that had a infamous ending, because they have written their end. This is from Silicon Knights. For those that don't know, that would be Dennis Dyak's company, the one that made one of my favorite games for a long, long time. And that is Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Really awesome, really interesting, cool game from the GameCube era. And this is their strategy D&D game. So it's Civ D&D, essentially. That's elevator pitch, Civ D&D. There's certainly some differences. We're going to do Sound Canvas. Oh boy, there are some real stinkers in the D&D catalog. Yeah, there are. I mean, like I said, Silicon Knights was like a really, really storied developer. They did some fantastic stuff. They also did end up doing the, God, what was that called again? With like the cyberpunk Thor game that everyone absolutely hated.
Many a moon since I last had a visitor. You may have plundered
And destroyed the company.
You may even have slain dragons. But you have yet to truly prove yourself as a master of war. I have prepared a formidable challenge for you. A test of wit, nerve, and strategic guile. You must demonstrate your skill powerfully if you're to become supreme ruler of Mystara. Behold, the world of Mystara awaits.
Eight whole bits of sound. Hey, honestly, that's a really, really cool intro. And I really do like this intro music too. This is 1993. Like, honestly, really great sound. It was too human. I'm like, it was something human. Yes, too human. That's what it was. Yeah. Unfortunate. Because Silicon Knights was responsible for a lot of cool things. They did the first Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, which I've never played them, but I know that a lot of people did really like them. We also did Dark Legions, which we'd already seen from them. Where did that one end up anyway? It's interesting how they went from like Fantasy Empires and Dark Legions, which are very much tactics games. $150, like pretty solid. Down to like Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem, which is a very different one. You assume the Blood Omen is aged like a fine milk. Yeah. Yeah, I've kind of thought that a few times too from what I've seen of it. So this game has scenarios. By the way, good to see you, Grimmith. Nice to have you. I mean, hey, listen, as much as like... God, this needs to turn down a little bit. I did see Smite playing through it recently, yeah. Do Blood Omen. Like, as much as Silicon Knights were, and specifically Dennis Dyack, was the architect of his own destruction, for those that don't know, like, he alleged that 2 Human got abandoned by Epic, and that Unreal Engine 3 was like, because Unreal Engine 3 was unfinished and awful, which was, hey, guess what? At the time they said Unreal Engine 3, it's basically in alpha, like we're still working on it. You can still license it, but just so you know, it's not fully done. So that was like all covered in the licensing, but he sued over it anyways, and then they lost and got their ass kicked in court and had to file millions of dollars back to them on a countersuit. Yeah, he kind of fully imploded. But it was, like, they made a couple of games that I really, really love. And they were one of the Canadian devs. There's not a lot of us. Not a lot of those Canadians out there. So, you know. In any case, this game has a bunch of scenarios to do, but also, I'm gonna focus more on the campaign, which, it sounds really interesting in that you can create a character, and all the character classes have different things. Like, you make a D&D character. Oh, we gotta make an Undeado. Right? We gotta. That looks like an elf. You've got elf, magic users, clerics, fighters, and dwarfs. Yo, Visual Pine, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Okay, I'm kind of tempted to make this character a cleric with that that portrait. What were you up to today? Hopefully you're having a good time. We're doing a little DOScider, ranking some DOS games, currently playing Fantasy Empire. Alright, we'll... Chaotic alignments. So you can enter a background to roleplay. Chaos Gremlin. Pacific Drive and then did Noida. Hell yeah. A very stupid magic user with very high dex. So of course the fun thing is that if you want to just like pump your int, you can. I'm sure that they did this so that you could like import a character essentially from tabletop and then be like, I'm gonna play like this. Bam. God, Con of 5 seems bad. But maybe that'll just be funny. And not terrible. It'll probably be terrible. Isn't it? What else did I need to do? The fuck? Interesting. What did I miss out on there? Here, we gotta spell it properly. A Chaos Gremlin. Oh boy, we're so much better this time. I'm gonna cheat things a little bit. Okay. Hold up. As you can imagine, this game has a fairly extensive manual because it, for those that don't know and are just coming in, this is actually not a D&D game in the way that you might think. Okay, so this is actually Civ D&D. There we go. There we go. Okay, I kind of like this undead Che Guevara or whatever they have here. Who is that guy? I'm gonna go back to him. Amazing. No notes. Definitely looks like a unicorn person. So supposedly in the campaign, you actually have a character level that carries over between campaign games, which is weird. And then of course, gotta make sure that we're not stealing. Under the heading Overview. Page 35? Under the heading Overview. That's all setting up a oh, there it is. Okay. Please find word for invades. There we go. So yeah, then you've got Wizard, which is actually, this is the DM, is the idea, looking out over our game. This is our gold that we have. These are orbs of power? I don't remember exactly how those go in. Oh, the settings didn't have Fog of War on. I know there's a way to set that up. You can simulate battles because it'll actually go down into a more, like... When you actually do a fight, it goes into like an arcade mode, essentially. Detail is the number of units per, like, character on screen that you see. I don't know why you would want one-to-one. That seems like a nightmare, so we're not going to do that. Huh. I'm going to save one real quick here. Oh, that's load. This one's save? That one's save. I'm actually going to go back. Because... there we go. That's what it is. I want to turn on Fog of War. Sure. The waterfalls are visually distracting, yeah. It's a really, really good little rendering in a lot of ways. Like, I like what they've done there to an extent, but also at the same time, so you got a mini-map here so you can kind of scroll around. And where did we start? There we are. We can also do this. So it'll show us just the ruling banner for an area, but honestly that's not that useful. This one will tell us the buildings and troops the area has. This one will tell us the regular troop types, or buildings and troop, or hero troop types. We can look at siege engines, druids. We're gonna look at like building and troops. I think that's probably the most useful. This tells us we've got a castle, a keep. A keep you have to have, or you start losing units every single day that they're in an area. So when you take an area, you kind of need to be able to build a keep right away. These are all explained in the manual. There's like, this is buildings. Sure has a lot of style. So like I said, we've got 30,000, so it'll show us like all the things we can build. Oh, sorry, this is the castle. That's the armory. Armory will let you train up people. We have a hero here. These are regular troops. These are heroes. This is to train train troops, which we can do because we have an armory. God, there's so much information in this. One that I didn't get, a thing that I couldn't find out, is it has... So we can make an elf. Cost us 2,000 gold pieces and 2 turns. Or we can make an elf, which is 750 gold pieces and 3 turns. But what's the difference? Like, so it's funny when I actually tested to make sure this worked. Yeah, see, here we go. One is 500 gold pieces and takes 1 turn to train. One is 500 gold pieces and takes 3 turns to train. And I could not find anywhere in the manual that said there was any difference, so I have no idea what that means. Why is one more than the other? It's a gold name! I mean, I was gonna say that they'd be worth more, but this one's worth less? So... because I'm like, oh, they must be like higher level or something. No. So no idea, really. Very strange. I guess I'll go for the cheaper elf? Maybe... oh, I wonder. Maybe these are regular troops? And these are hero characters? That might be what it is. Now that I think about it, that would make the most sense. Because there is a difference between regular troops and heroes. So I'm guessing that that would be the difference. I'm going to train some elves. And... an elf hero. And then we should be out of room, I think? No. Just how much room do I have here? There we go. Oh, I guess we have 2 facilities? Okay. We can also right-click to remove ones if we want, which is nice. So this is actually a really good interface, I think, for the most part. It's a little symbol-heavy, but once you read the manual, I can kind of get it. It makes sense. My problem is, as Grimmeth was saying, I think if I have a problem here, it's like, this looks really cool, right? This is awesome pixel art. The DM following your cursor is an interesting touch. There's, you know, we got the orb ponderers and the waterfalls and all that. I need more room to... Look at how much map there is. It's so zoomed in. I can't zoom out. There's the mini-map here, but like, imagine once we actually conquer most of this map. There's 98 territories in a game, and we can basically have like, what? Fully 4 on screen at a time? That's... I need a better zoom out or something here. I have a problem with that. It feels very claustrophobic on the information. Like, same with here, it's just all symbols. Everything's symbol, symbol, symbol because of it. In any case, I'm gonna send out some heroes on a quest. So you have quests and their difficulty level here. So it goes from easiest to hardest. And since they're level 1, we probably want to send them on the early ones. If you click their name, then they'll go on whatever you have. So if I were to pick a harder one, it would go on a harder quest. I'm going to start them on the easy ones, because, well, yeah. We can also move troops around if we want now. Could move them over to somewhere else. Like, we probably do want to look. Island, Worth, Grassland. Okay, we have no regulars and no heroes right now. There's no troops at all. So we can't actually send any troops if we wanted to. Here we can message people, we can ask them for aid or send them a treaty. And that's where alignment comes in, apparently. You can actually... Well, I don't know how much of a difference it'll make, but we'll see. There is the idea that if you're, like, chaotic, then you can just break alliances whenever, but also people might not want to make alliances with you in the first place. Whereas if you're trustworthy and then you break alliances, then it, like... works against your alignment and causes some kind of a penalty. I don't know if that's just role-playing or not, though. It seemed vague as to the actual consequences in the manual. There's magic items, then we've got our save. We can cast spells, our settings. And you think, oh, okay, so end turn. Nope. This part confused me for a while. I had to really scan through to find where this was. It's like, wait, what? So then how do I end my turn? Because this is an overview of your kingdom. Okay, so overview, settings. Who knows where it is, by the way? Who knows where the end of turn button is? There's settings there. We can cast spells, we can save and load games. We've got our magic items. We've got, like messages. We then have what kind of information we want to have on the map. We can send troops. We can get more information on a specific square. We can train characters, send heroes on quests, build buildings. How do we end a turn? You got it! You got it, Dan. Yeah, it's this. I was looking through the manual over and over and going like, where the fuck is this button? And it only showed the symbol. It just showed this symbol, like this spot. And so I was looking down on the bottom, I'm like, none of those have that. And this is a little bit of that, it's almost like there's a lot visually going on, which is very cool, and also Maybe if there was visually a little less, it would actually still be better as a game. Yes, we would like to end our turn. Thank you. Send me aid or face my wrath! Dan Breville. Speaking of coffee, Dan Breville, I love their coffee makers. Breville makes some pretty good stuff. We could send them some aid as long as they give me some good coffee in return. No. Oh. Wow. We lost a magic user in a, like, baby quest. Damn. That's unfortunate. The other ones are still on their quests. So I guess we'll see about maybe training some more people. We can't even train up another magic user, which really sucks. That's not the wizard. I would like you to please refer to him appropriately as the DM, because that's what he is. For some reason. Alright, what buildings can we make? This is a really, really neat system for all of this. It's also just a bit much. So we could build a cleric temple. Oh, so we could make cleric characters or a wizard tower to make the magic users, like I was wondering. So to get a new magic user would cost me 10,000 gold pieces just to get the ability to train them. Alright, I'll do it. Oh, he's summoned up a wizard tower. Okay, I was right. So let's remove that. A 1,000 gold pieces and 4 turns. Yeah, it's a really, really neat way of doing things until you have to keep doing it. Exactly. You can do... We need to check this. Because you can turn DM effects off. So we'll see what that does. Ooh, our elf became level 2 and returned with a bow +1. And a ring of protection +1. A medallion of protection. They're all gaining levels. Good for them. Go on more quests. I don't really know what that does ultimately, but well, you know, it's probably good. I think that we should try and conquer new territory. So we have 40 elves, 40 fighters.
Remember, troops always fight better on their home ground.
Thank you, DM. So that's our DM advice, I guess. Uh-oh. There we go. Scared me for a second. Thought it was freezing. Okay, well, it seems there's nothing there. So let's see if we can just attack. If that'll work. And the elves are expensive, so I'm gonna make some more fighters as regular troops. My understanding of the elves are the archers. I saw in the manual it was like, you want to make a lot of elves because they're really strong. I love the game was just like, hey, we broke these, by the way, so you should probably make them. It's not a wizard at the top, it's DM, please. But yeah, he's probably a wizard. To be fair, he's also probably a wizard. Oh, we trained a lot of extra troops this time. Oh, because we have one right, I see. That makes sense. Let's get another hero. I want to make sure I have enough money to buy a keep immediately. Which I believe there's 7,500. Yep. See about moving troops over here. Right. Gotta click on it this way. And let's send a hero character too. Your refusal to aid me will not be forgotten. That's fine. Ooh. Oh, I see. So we can also only have one. Hey! Good to see you, Lord Hosk. Welcome, welcome. We're a magic user. I think I'll keep the Ring of Protection.
You should conquer more countries in order to stabilize your position.
Thanks, DM. Okay, so that's good. So we kind of complained that, like, the DM effects were awful, but... Like, okay, they're really, really cool looking, but also once you play for a really long time, it would slow the game down a lot. But if you can just turn them off, I'm going to turn them back on for now, because we're not going to spend, like, an absurd amount of time on this game today. And I'd like to just check it out. Seems like a neat idea. I have no idea when we should start sending them out on noble quests, but, level 3 maybe? We'll try. See how that works.
You need to increase the size of your army, for thou can be easily crushed.
Our income's doing pretty okay. Just gonna end the turn. Unfortunately, I kind of fucked up in that I don't have enough money to buy another keep. I thought that we would. A little short. Whoops. You lose 100 fighters every turn that you don't have a keep. So that seems really bad for me. Combat in this is so janky. Yeah, I haven't really seen it yet, but we'll see. Got this in the battle chest at the Dark Sun games back in '97. You could never really get anywhere. I mean, this main page has a lot of really neat stuff going on with it. It's also just extremely...
Are truly powerful characters and should never be underestimated in battle.
The what are? The what's truly powerful? I don't know. Ooh, gained 2 levels. Sure. And a lightning rod.
Build keeps to impose power in your kingdoms. You have lost many warriors because you have not done this.
Womp womp. So yeah, did I lose all of those fighters? I sure did. Oh, and I even lost a hero too. Let's fix that. Yeah, this main screen's...
You need to increase the size of your army.
Yeah, thanks.
That can be easily.
I'm in the middle of building things. Shut up. Okay, I'm gonna turn off his advice. That's very obnoxious. Okay, we now have keeps everywhere, and I am dirt poor. Let's go on a baby quest. And then some harder ones. And here... I don't know, baby quests? I'm not even sure I should send them out, because I don't know what happens if there's no one in the territory. No troops, no nothing. Is that fine? It might be. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, no, I'm good as long as the enemy is not right next to me, I think. Yeah. As it looks. We don't know if they are or not. We've got Fog of War on. I don't know yet, anyway. No idea where my enemies are. All around me. Magic was used against me. They did a lot of work to make this wizard. Really, really cool. Okay, what the fuck does that mean? Give me one moment. I have the manual, so let me just take a look again. Damage crest. Damage caused by spells. Okay, so that's showing that there's damage caused by a spell. Yep, that's great. It shows combat damage and spell damage. So how do I fix spell damage? Or what's the effect? Taking a look here. Spellcaster magic, cleric spells and abilities. Doesn't have the actual symbols for these. Interesting. It shows combat damage and spell damage. And that is the only time... Okay, so in the manual, it has a page that says where we can show the option where there's damage to the region. And it says from top to bottom, it shows combat damage and spell damage. That is the only time in the manual that it ever says spell damage ever again. Which is kind of amazing. So, like, you can damage buildings through a bunch of the... Like, spells will damage buildings, so I'm guessing that that's what's going on. But... It didn't say what's been... Oh, wait! I see what happened. We did have 2 armories. So we lost one? I'm pretty sure that's what happened. That seems to be what's going on. Oops. Well, I sent that level 2 guy out on a noble quest, so hopefully he's okay. Dang. Meant to send him on another veterans quest. He'll be fine. Maybe. Probably. We're just waiting until we have enough money. I'm gonna wait one more turn because it does cost some money to send troops. I'd like to take another square. God damn. Who is this motherfucker spelling at me? Uh-oh. That doesn't seem great. Oh, Jesus. And another one? Dang, that one dude really hates me. Since I didn't pay him his fees. Gross. Level 4 on a noble quest? Sure. Should we try a daring quest for our level 6? Seems reasonable. And then here, what do we have for troops at this spot now? Because I'd like to take another area. Expanding out a little fast, but I think this is fine if we just do one more and then I start really training troops back up again. Also, we have this artifact. We could get a lightning rod. So we could cast lightning rod on a region. The thing is that I don't know where they are, so... It's funny that they know where I am and are just nuking me. I don't even know where they are nuking me from. Casting it on just random regions seems not super helpful. God damn. Oh, yeah, they destroyed my armory now. And the castle. Look at that. It's all gone. Holy shit. That is a lot of damage. Like, those are expensive. It's like 10,000 gold each. Oof. No, I saw. So I can't even train troops anymore. I actually have to build a new armory. $15,000? I can't afford that. I'll lose everybody without having to keep here. Jesus. This is very rude. Well, I guess we end the turn. That is extremely nasty. Can't believe what it's done to me. Yeah, I can't even build a new armory, so I guess we're just kind of stuck. I probably want to build it up here more, so we're getting closer to the mainland. Costs a lot more to travel by sea, which means that we're more protected, but also it's kind of obnoxious. Shit, it's a wizard. Get his ass. It's not a wizard! My shirt that says, "I'm not a wizard," with my big robe and hat. It's getting people to ask me a lot of questions that it's already answering. A medallion of protection or boots of speed. Alright, sure. Oof. Well, that's unfortunate. Let's build ourselves an armory again and actually try to build up troops, like I said. It makes sense here. And then we're poor. Getting some real money though, so that's the important thing. I think we just end our turn immediately. Oh god, where now? Now what? Cast against me, except... Did I have anybody there? Good God, they really do not like me. Or wait, was that where I just... Oh, that was where I just went. They destroyed absolutely everything. Oh my God. They just white... Oh my God. What the fuck? Holy... How do I get ahead? We spent like 30 grand getting there and doing all that, and they blew it up in one turn with spells. Everything. They blew up all of it at once. Holy shit. Holy shit. I guess... Wow. I don't know, do we send them aid now? Like, now I'm terrified. Maybe that's why we've been getting our asses wrecked. Oof. I don't know. Sure, we'll keep the bow +2. There's stuff on all of that inside of the manual. I was kind of looking at it, but there's a lot of information. Equipping all of our heroes specifically and what items exactly do for them is a lot to keep in your head. I should take a look at it. There's like... Because some of them are not immediately obvious either. Okay, so Medallion of Protection improves their AC by 2. The Ring of... Girdle of Iron... of Ogre... Girdle of Giant Strength. Yes, like, a lot of them are not that actually useful in terms of what they mean, like... Boots of Speed. When a hero is wearing these, they're able to travel at double speed. Okay. Girdle of Giant Strength. The Girdle of Giant Strength increases the wearer's strength to that of a hill giant. Yeah, I mean, sure, that's technically correct. I don't know what that does for their quests, but sure. Like, does that make them more likely to succeed? Less likely to succeed? I don't know. Like, versus, say, like, Gauntlets of Ogre Strength, which give them the strength of an ogre. Is a Hill Giant better than an ogre? Probably. I think so. How much do you know your D&D? I'm gonna try a daring quest. Is a bow +2 better or worse than Strength of a Hill Giant? Is it better or worse on an elf? I don't know. Good questions. Okay, we did send troops here, right? Are they going there, or...? Once we sent them, I don't actually know if there's a way to check on them being... like, done? Do I need to send more? Do I need to send somebody else? Do I need to train some troops? I've got money. I'd like to actually do something with it. I'm seeing some problems with this. Some of the information is not the easiest to surface. Okay, I guess that they just died? Like, did they die on the sea? I don't... Maybe? Okay, there's nobody that... What happened? Was it more days than I realized? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, God. Okay, I'm just kind of curious, like... Okay, I don't think they're coming back. I feel like we need to just restart this. We've gotten our ass kicked so badly. I'm gonna try a new campaign. Wow, that is mean. I do know there was one thing that I forgot to do, which might have made a huge difference. Level 35. Okay. So the levels of characters... Oh my god, all the starting one... Oh, fuck off. So the level of characters does actually matter, and it means how hard that opponent is going to be for you when you pick them. But here's the funny thing. Watch this. It's the first one! Why would it start from the top end? When we do down, it does our character. So I assumed that we'd want to start that way. Not... Oh. Okay, well... I would much rather fight some other level 1s. And not level 35s. Oh, is that why they were able to just nuke me from orbit while I couldn't even see them? Is that it? Oh, that was the thing. Oh, okay. The level that shows the UI is hidden. Yeah, I'd forgotten about it when I set up, and then I thought, well, I picked the first characters. If I picked the first ones, how could they possibly be that bad? Oh. I see. That would be why they're that bad. That makes a lot of sense. He's not a wizard! He's the DM, please. Everybody always makes this mistake. What, the wizards all look the same to you, boys? Good to see you, by the way. How you doing? Looking at the various worth of these areas. He was literally conjuring magic orbs to shoot spells at me. No, he was channeling the other characters' spells to shoot them at me. Very different. Alright, let's train some troops. We're starting over, apparently. Okay, we'll make... that. one hero fighter and a bunch of regular ones. And then I'm going to send out some quests. Quest for me. Hey, I bet we can build a building and it won't just immediately get blown up by a level 35 spellcaster that I didn't realize I had next to me. So I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to build something. Jesus Christ. Well, and we lost a whole bunch of our level 1 guys. Also, ones that we couldn't actually lose because I can't just make new... Well, no, I guess I can now make new magic users. Good for me. That was very smart to realize they would die immediately. Yeah, it was some gaming. We also lost a dwarf, which I can't make yet. Although we could go after some of the areas around us that have dwarves. There was also an area that had shadow elves. So we just go for that. Build a bunch more fighters. Yeah, okay, it was the dwarf that we lost. Let's just keep sending them on quests. It's how we gain those Imperial items, which seemed really important to have. Being able to cast, like, global magic. And we're gonna send a bunch of you so that we can get dwarves, I think? Okay, wait a minute. Before we do this... Ooh, what? No. Hello? Weird.
You should conquer neutral countries whenever possible, because they are easily overpowered.
Just got back from some super good pho. The place had Anthony Bourdain quote on the wall and was playing One Piece on a TV. Hell yeah. Orcs and shadow elves. Oh, okay. So that's not where I can make dwarves. But it sounds kind of awesome, so let's just do that. Never mind. Better than dwarves. Let's make orcs. And we need to build a keep so that we don't lose all of our troops. And we'll need one there afterwards. Oh, we found a friend. No, it's not actually a friend. Send me aid or face my wrath. Nah. Oh wow, those are worth a lot more than mine are. Dang. Gotta build another keep on this spot, though. We'll probably have to slow down on expansion for a little while, because we need 7,500 gold just for that, and I'm obviously going to need troops to hold it, so... Let's just do this and wait. They hold a displacer cloak. Do we want to give them the plus 1 bow instead? I don't know. Sure, I guess. They already have a medallion of protection. Do I want to give them a displacer cloak? Sure. We'll keep the medallion, I guess. And send them out on the basic ass quest again. Get a whole bunch more fighters. Yeah, that fall sounds really good. I was just talking about how I got an advent calendar from my mother-in-law, who is incredibly kind. She always gets us a advent calendar every year of Lindor chocolate. And I have been trying to be good and not eat bad food like that, so I'm like, it's okay, I don't need one this year. So instead, my wife went behind my back and talked with her and got coffee advent calendar.
Conquer neutral countries whenever possible, because they are easily overpowered.
And so I was trying out some white honey processed coffee just before this. It was really nice. I just got it today. It was so good. Yeah, so many dicks to draw on the coffee. I'll send them all to her and let her know that she enabled. No. She's such a nice lady. I don't want to do that. Hey, don't do that to her. Hey. I could probably take that spot.
So much carnage, so much death. Perhaps you will unite the land and stop the suffering.
Thanks? Perhaps. I won't, but perhaps. Do I just get to build a keep immediately, actually? I'm just wondering. Maybe? Okay. Yeah, this is before Master of Magic. This is from Silicon Knights, the creators of Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Dennis Dyack, before he blew up his company by fighting Epic for some fucking reason. Alright, let's go on a noble quest, so a slightly higher level one. I think at level 4 they've seemed to do okay on that, so I'm gonna try. We haven't had any actual arcade battles where we have to go down and, like,
You need to increase the
fight
size of your army, for thou can be easily crushed.
Okay, shut up. Now that we've known about level 1 characters, we'll save it that way instead. This is back when Elf was a class. Yeah, it's 1993, so it's pretty early. Shut up, DM. Okay, we need to make that keep or we're gonna lose all those troops. I'm keeping the effects on, because I do really like the pixel art stuff that they did. You can turn those off so it plays a lot faster, which is probably smart, but I don't know, I kind of like it. Turning the cool effects off is probably something to do after your 10th game when you've seen them all to death. Probably after your first one. You're supposed to... So, okay. So in the campaign, you level up by winning this campaign. So, like, we're level 1. There was that computer character that was level 35, right? You have to get... Like, you gotta conquer this. It's 98 territories. They say that explicitly in the manual. We currently have 4. Like, I don't think that you're gonna be doing it after your 10th. You're gonna do it after your first. Or probably like a quarter of the way through your first. More realistically. Let's train up a bunch more fighters. We definitely need to get some elves and things too, which means that we need to build an armory elsewhere, which is expensive. I guess I'll keep the Girdle of Power over the Medallion of Protection? I don't know. Sure, why not? So this area is 1204. That one's worth 900. I kind of want to take this 1348. I'm just gonna do that. I know that it's gonna bring me into conflict a little faster, but that's okay. And then after that, I think we need to start building some armories. Yo, Scarlet Harlot! Good to see you. It's been a while. How you doing? Hopefully having a good one. Oof, our cleric died. And we no longer have any clerics then as heroes. So I guess we should do another cleric at some point? That's probably good. Problem is, like it says, I can afford no structures. Alright, what can I build? Oh god, it doesn't even show you things that you can't afford. That's... Because an armory we can build, but it costs more, so it doesn't... Oh, that sucks. I wish that that would tell you. Oof. Oof. That's... awful. Not a fan of that. Man, we're not doing so well on these quests. Oh shit, they also went around this way. Kind of want this one that's worth a lot. What if we just move the troops from here to here? Not that I have a lot of them. So you can make elves and fighters, fighter, cleric, magic user, elf and fighter, orcs and shadow elves. I kind of want to... Okay. I want to see what that'd do. I kind of want to build an armory there. Hey, Comet! Good to see you. This was Comet's request, by the way. This game is oozing style. Sometimes it might want to ooze a little less. I think I like my games a little less oozy, possibly. What? You don't want your strategy game to be just this tiny little screen in a much bigger thing? Strange. So we sent them this way. I guess, did they die? They must have died. That has to be the only answer, right? It's saying neutral, but like, we didn't get any messages. Like, what? Message. Like, huh. It just didn't say anything at all. That really sucks. Because I don't know what happened to those troops. They're just gone. Did they die? Did we lose to, like, neutrals? It says that there was nothing there, so I don't know how we could. Maybe there's just a chance that some of them die anyway? It'd be nice if it said something about that. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, let's make some shadow elves and then end the turn. Okay, we sent more troops. And nothing happened again. What the fuck? That seems not good. I'm gonna max out our fighters. I'm sad that we can't have a shadow elf or an orc hero. Hey, we got a lightning rod and a rod of true sight. So, rod of true sight does what? Essentially the same as the cleric's true sight spell, but spell power is taken from the rod instead of the green orb. What? Okay, but what does that mean? Hey, game. Okay, let me just look in the manual and find out what the cleric's spell means. Okay, cleric spells and abilities, True Sight. True Sight provides you with complete information about an enemy region. Okay. Essentially view, but lets us view enemy regions, which, gee, I wonder if they would just say that. That'd be neat. They could have just said it. Seems like they could have just said that. Okay, yeah, so it seems like all those troops just died. I don't know why. I guess we lose 100 every time that we send them, maybe, or something? Maybe we have to have at least 100? I don't know. Here, let's do this and send over a legendary fighter, dude. And then we'll move them down here afterwards, I guess? I don't know. How many orcs do I have? Okay, just a little bit. Let's... Ooh, no, not lightning rod. Shoot. Let's use this rod of true sight. Okay, well it's worth a lot, and they don't have that much defense, so as we continue to build up, it seems like we could probably do something there. I'm gonna move our hero that way. We'll have our elf lead our orcs into battle. Why not? We did make our character's backstory be a Chaos Gremlin, so I think we're good. There's so many of the D&D games, by the way, that they always have the funny thing of like, ooh, you can roleplay your character. Here, write a background and stuff, and it's like, it's a single-player game, guys. I'll just keep it in my head if I want to roleplay something. I'm not gonna sit here and write it down. It literally changes nothing. Like, it was fun that they thought that you might do that back in the day. But it was kind of quaint that they thought that that's what you would do. It's like, no, you need a system for that. You can't just say, hey, pretend. Wouldn't it be cool if we did something here? Yeah, it would be. I mean, you probably need to actually do the thing, though. Okay. So if we move all of these over... God, I'm so scared now. Wait. Can I not? Thank you. I'm like, I'd like to unmove them. And I want to do one other thing first. I want to save. I'm pretty sure CRPGs still provide the ability to write a bio and that people do it. There's not that many that do anymore. And I mean, this is a strategy game. It's a little different. But I hear you. I think it is neat. It's cool that they thought that. You don't see it a whole lot, I think. Alright, well... Since this seems to be an empty angry void that swallows everything that I throw at it, let's try one more time. Ooh, found another friend. Great. Maybe that's why I wasn't able to take this? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Holy shit! They didn't all die. Okay, we did lose some fighters, so I guess that we just didn't have enough. It doesn't tell you anything about, like, what kind of defenses you would need, though. Like, It just says that you're going into neutral territory and there's 0 stuff there, so... Why would I think that you'd have to have a whole bunch of troops? Ah! Why would they do that? Goofy. So these all have a set number of charges, but they also don't tell us how many, so I'm kind of curious about that. Guess we'll find out at some point. $120 seems to be good. I think that's enough. Guess we'll find out. And then I want to try and attack here in a minute. Basically, when I get that hero back. Boots of Speed. Over Displacer Cloak. Sure, I don't know. Kind of feel like I'm poking a sleeping giant if I go after blue. It looks like they have a lot of stuff going on. Like, there is Fog of War. Oh, maybe less than I thought? Because that got taken from them. I thought that was them. Oh, they're up here too, though. Oh, Jesus. They're trying to, like, surround us or something. Maybe I can break their back, though. Give them a magic user. Why not? And then start sending a fighter up, so I'll move them over like here so we can defend this a little bit better. Need to get some troops over that way too. There's nobody next to it yet, but that doesn't mean that's not going to happen. It's a neat little game. It's got some flaws. Has a lot of style. This game is very interesting. Train up as many orcs as I can again. See how the fight goes. Ilion, prepare for battle! We have a whole battle screen to get used to now, and this seemed really janky. It does say that it highly recommends a joystick rather than an actual keyboard for this part, but we'll see what we can do. Attack is space, block is S. Oh, wait, what? Wait, what? Hold up, it's different. Oh my god, why would they do this? I was looking at Defender stuff and I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, at some of it, because I thought, oh yeah, 789, blah, 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 like numpad. I'm an attacker, so apparently it's QWEAD ZXC space and block. Because I'm attacking, so it switches? Why would you have it switch? I guess we'll find out. That's... For 2-player local? There is no 2-player local. As far as I know. I'm pretty sure there's no multiplayer in this. Like, I am almost positive. Good to see you, depressed cat. There's also, you can do orders, which there's a defender and an attacker option for all of those. You can toggle battering rams, hero leadership, jump to next units and heroes, like function keys. There's a battle overview, there's a pause. It might have been that they intended to have it and then cut it. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. So I'm attacking them, and I have to place characters? I can apparently cast a spell. Oh, hi. My kitty just rolled over onto my mouse pad here. Alright, we're placing them. These are archers, so we want them in the back. And then we'll place our elf there. Sure. Oh, wait. We didn't give them orders. They're on barrage. So I guess we want assault for the orcs. Oh. And now we'll do barrage for the elves. Back to assault for this fighter. And then... Sure. I should be controlling that unit. Oh god. Oh no. Oh. Hold up. The cycles are very, very high. Cat. Hi. Oh my god, that's at 11% cycles. What the hell? Wow. Okay, at 1% it crawls. At 6%, we were going nightmare fast though for a minute. Yeah, this is 11%. Fuck. If I go 6%, then it's still like this. Oh, Jesus. This is, a problem. We can simulate the battles, which seems like a good idea. Yeah, okay, let's go next troop. Here, we'll go to this and see if we can't, like, shoot the only troops that are there, it looks like. Oh, God. This is, I think we died. This is a problem. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of fixing this in DOSBox for a second. Okay, let's go load. And see about changing the cycles on this. I've not normally had this problem for these ones, but my setup has been pretty good for that kind of thing, generally. I might have set it to... So here's the problem. We'd actually have to, like, reset the whole start of this to actually get that switched. We'd have to do it entirely in the options. This game just has a problem with emulation for that. Unfortunate. That does seem to be the jankiest part of things. It's definitely awkward, because you're only controlling like one unit at a time, and otherwise they're just kind of standing there or doing their own thing. It's a little weird. Honestly, I think that the biggest thing is that we actually need to have ballistas and stuff, or like battering rams, because we had no way to break down their walls. So we'll end the turn for now and start building those real quick. Well, shit. That's unfortunate. Lost that area again. Magic isn't used against me. I see. Let's see what the damage was. Okay, we lost an armory. That's 10,000 gold. Or 15,000, rather. Brutal. Those spells are pretty nasty. At least I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Or maybe not? No, I can still have 6 fighters. Yeah, telling what the spells actually did is very hard. The orb's fullness is kind of, yeah, the ability to cast a magical fuck you. That's like the amount of magic power that you have. If you don't have something in the vault, you can cast spells. So, like, depending on how much magic you have, green orb, blue orb, red orb. There we go. So it's based on just kind of like how many magic users you have of various types. Clerics, mages, and druids. So those are my magical orbs of fuck you. It's not a very precise system though. Is kind of my problem. I'm gonna go fuck them up. In a minute. Soon. Hey, Zoffer! Good to see you. It has been really cold outside here, too.
It's cold outside. Cold face emoji. Some nice fuck mode DOScider.
Oof. Lost our big hero. That's unfortunate. I guess I'll make a new one. See, it doesn't say like which of the fighters we lost, because we had one here too. I think it was here. But yeah, that's weird. Okay, so they cast, like, turn undead on us? We had no undead troops there, so that seems okay. However, this seems less okay. Thank you so much for that subs offer. It's really nice to see you. Let's do this sort of slowing, I guess. Okay, now we lost an armory for sure. Yep. Fuck, that cost 15,000. Oh, and they killed off our magic user, our wizard tower also. That got both of them. Fuck that. Well, we'll get a cleric and we'll get the magic tower again afterwards. Ugh. Gross. I'll wait for that to happen, and then I'm gonna nuke this spot and go after them. Yeah, you can see how this game would take a really long time. They wanted you to do a lot of campaigns, too. I can't imagine how long they expect you to play this game if they're like, this is one campaign, you'll gain levels by doing campaigns, and then your ultimate like win is to beat the level 35 guy, starting at level 1. That seems like a lot. Keep casting Turn Undead on my country with no undead, so that's cool. But then also whatever the hell this is. What is this now? Hey, hey, hey. Don't give me a cool skeleton. I don't like cool skeletons. See, wouldn't it be nice if there was a little pop-up that said how much damage that did? What exactly it destroyed? That seems like it'd be neat. Oh, they destroyed my other armory. I can't train anything there anymore. Jesus. I'm pretty sure. Yep, I can train a cleric. Wow. Dicks. Well, guess what? Fuck you. God, wouldn't it have been neat if it said that on my end? Why doesn't it tell me that when they hit me? Why does it not say anything when they hit me? It tells me that way. They have the interface for it. Why? Why would they do that? Chat, can you explain? Oh, shit. Forgot to do one thing before saving. Or, yeah. Before or after, whatever. Before doing this, anyway. Options. We're gonna simulate the battles. I'll do the prompt anyway. Let's see how that looks. Send them out on some quests. Get me cool shit. I would love some cool shit. So did I take it? Yes. I lost absolutely everything except my hero. Dang. Ooh, blue is getting their shit kicked in. Unicorn Man is doing real well now. Okay, well at least we have an armory. Well, not spots. We can do some more building. Yeah, just the 3. It's that spot there that you can see. Feeling really surrounded right now. Well, unfortunate. Especially because I don't have a wizard tower to replace him. They just took my shit! Hold up. I'm cheating. I'm gonna zap them here first. Maybe let us keep some extra troops. And then we'll move a bunch of people over. So let's go from here to here. Hopefully that means they're all attacking at the same time. Oh, fuck. This isn't gonna simulate it. Well, we'll see what we can do with the extreme speed that we're gonna get. They are starting in the upper zone. Shut up! Okay, yeah, and it did not give us the hero, which is unfortunate. Okay, it's not letting me move. Oh, there we go. Okay, I can move. Oh, God. Oh, I win? It seems like I won. Winner, winner. Okay, and I need to take a quick break because I've got some kitties that are very hungry and a lovely wife who just came home. So thank you all for being here so far. I'll be right back and we'll finish up a little bit more of this. But I think that I'm getting close to where I've got an idea of how this goes. I'll see you all in just a moment. Thanks for being here so far. It's been a lot of fun. I'll be right back. Hey, welcome back everybody. Have a good night, Visual. I appreciate you being here. Thanks everybody for stopping in so far. And like I said, if you like the stream, those follows do mean a lot. You can always check out all the DOScider stuff at the links that we put up in there. Okay, so that one's been damaged by combat. Yep. And by spells. My own spell, so it's okay. So now we actually have defense here, so that seems a little bit better. Although we do need to train up a whole lot of stuff, I'm sure. Because it sure looks like they're going to come after us. Let's look at our Rod of True Sight and see what we get here. 35 fighters. Well, that's not a big deal. So how did they take it so fast last time? Because that's the only spot they had. How did they get... Did we have... We had somebody there, I thought. I guess maybe not? I don't know. No castle defenses. Interesting. I cast Fuck You! Let's go after this blue player a little bit more and bully them. Okay, I'm gonna leave a hero on each of those for now. Oh, wait, we need to build a keep here. Or we're gonna start losing troops immediately. Whoop. They keep on casting Turn Undead on us, thinking that we have undead everywhere, and I kind of just don't. Although, uh-oh. That seems bad. Hey. They cast Fuck You back. That's unfortunate. The amount of damage these spells do feels like a little overboard. It's also, again, it's so hard to see what got damaged. Like, okay, I don't think we lost any buildings, but I don't really know. I don't know how many we lost on troops or anything either. It just doesn't tell you at all. I really wish it would say something. Like, I don't know, that feels really bad to me. It's really weird, too, because when we cast it at them, we get that information just fine. Also, like, not knowing how much magic power we actually have is weird. Like, should I wait to get more so we can cast a bigger spell? How much is this little blob of red actually? What does that correlate to in terms of what we can cast? Because later on spells, let's see what other spells we might be able to get later, just out of curiosity. Death Spell, Meteor Swarm, Animate Dead. So Meteor Swarm. Does 40 to 80% damage on buildings and 20 to 40% of troops. So we probably want to use Death Spell when we want to actually get an area? Huh. As far as I know, there's no way to defend from these spells either, so it's like... Yeah, it says nothing about how to prevent these, so I don't think that you can. I think that you just have to try and cast more than your opponent does, which is horrible. That sucks. Because they're devastating. Like, it sets you back a lot. It's like 2 turns worth of gold when they cast a spell on you, and we're just getting cast spells on us just constantly. That's not particularly fun in a way. I don't know. Maybe I'm being picky, but that doesn't feel great. Like... Okay, at least this is useless magics. There's that. I wish that it would just tell us how much damage we're taking. Like, there needs to be a better chart as to, like, what is actually happening when some of that happens. Like, they'll say that a building's damaged. They don't even say a building has been damaged. You just gotta guess which ones have been hurt. That's not a great way for things to go. Make an armory and protect this area on the right, I guess? I need to start building some more troops around here. Maybe just here is fine, again. So much of our problem seems to be this direction. I wish we started on an island like last time. That seemed like it gave us a buffer. Well, how much is our income again? We should be good to build. I need to build a keep next turn and we just lose all those troops. Uh-huh, what now? Oh, that's druid magic, so I'm guessing... Oh, that's earthquake, probably. Yeah. That seems bad. Oh, and something else. Neat! Cool! Ah, death magic to kill off a whole bunch of my troops. So, the earthquake probably destroys buildings, I'm guessing? 20 to 50% of buildings are destroyed. Good God. Oh, that killed our hero, didn't it? Our, like, level 10 elf died. Wow. Like, that just nukes, like... We've spent the entire game building that character up. That's nasty. I don't know. There's something about that that doesn't feel right. Especially, like, just not even getting a message about it. Here's this hero that you've been building up that has all these powers. Whoops, somebody cast Earthquake. Guess they died. Like, wait, what? No, what happened to them? Well, they dead. They died. Should you tell me that? Well, I mean, if you look around, you'll find out. Like, what? What? It doesn't even tell you who's casting it on you. Like, you have no idea who's doing it to you. That's so weird. I don't get that mechanic. Like, oh, alright, the cleric's back at level 1, so let's slowly do that again. Oof. It kind of feels like a slow down mechanic, I guess, is the thing. Maybe that's what's hurting. This game isn't particularly fast, and that just feels like it's just like screeching halt on what you're trying to do. Yeah, like, the spells are so effective that it feels kind of pointless to do most other things. Exactly. But also, I can just lose my magic user by sending them on a quest. But I need to use my magic users so they don't get powerful enough that I can cast spells back. It's a weird system. And it feels like it's very easy to get screwed on either side. Okay. See, like, now we just lost our cleric that we were trying to level up so that we could have a chance to fight back on that. As a pure random chance thing for the quest. Okay, I mean, I think that I get the idea of this game, and it's got some really neat ideas, but also, there's some issues. That's a little bit of Fantasy Empires. So we talked before about how Dark Legions, their previous game, or sorry, their later game, actually, I had some similar problems with. And I'm starting to sense a pattern with the SSI Silicon Knights strategy games. So, the music of this game? Dang, it's good. Put on some Commander Keen, the universe is toast right now, but, like... Let's go to, like, the main theme of Fantasy Empires. Like... Yo! When that came on, to start this game, I was like, oh shit, let's fucking go! Like, I was so ready. Also, I am so in for, strategy games. I mean, as you know, and fantasy strategy games, like, weird different ones, like, oh my god. Like, please. Me, I would never strategy a game. Never ever. I mean, these are good strategy games, but also, like, god, oh, Heroes of Might and Magic. We spent 9 hours that evening playing it because I just could not pull myself away. This one, though... This one... Basically, if we were looking at sound, and if we were looking at, like, aesthetics, okay, it wouldn't be Might and Magic 2. Heroes of Might and Magic 2 also has those in spades. But, like, it would be up here. It'd be higher than Master of Orion, I think. If we talked about the aesthetic. Unfortunately, we have to talk about the game. And one of the things that I'd like to describe this game as, and that was a thought, I thought that was going to be my biggest complaint. I didn't realize how fucked the magic system was until we really started getting into it. That magic system does not feel good. But before that even, I was going to describe the game as claustrophobic. Having all of that, like, the waterfalls around you, and the DM guy, like, following your cursor, and all of those big effects that they had is really neat. It's a neat idea. It looks really cool. But then it's like, it's so hard to see what you're doing. But that just, it doesn't feel usable in the right ways. It's not particularly bad in UI in a lot of ways, like, especially when you can turn off all the DM animations and make it a little bit smoother. But it feels bad. It feels worse than it even is because of how tight in it is. Yeah, there are 98 provinces and you can see 2 at a time. And like I said, it's not actually that bad because you've got the little mini-maps that you can scroll around really fast. A lot of games didn't have that. So in some ways, it's easier to actually do some of that. But it doesn't feel that way. It feels worse. Which, yeah, it's not great that way. And then, as a comparison point for, like, fantasy RPG style, like, strategy game, think about, like, our hero characters. They would just get wiped out. Not in battle, but just through, like, a random chance in a quest that we don't get to see, that we don't get to affect, we just get to roll the dice on. Or in a magic spell that would not even show us what the effect was and whether it hit any of them. They would just disappear and we would just have to remember whether or not they died. Compare that. But, like, we spent all this time, like, equipping them and, like, building up their levels and doing all this kind of stuff to make them feel like they're supposed to be special, right? You would think. It's D&D. It's a D&D licensed game. You'd think that that's something that they should feel really big and unique and special. Look at how Might and Magic 2, Heroes Might and Magic 2 handles it, and how incredible, like, to this day, when I say Sandro, people know what I mean. They are a named character that, like, everyone knows and cares about, and they brought back for later games in the series, and every time that they bring back Sandro, yes, the Sandro! People go like, holy shit, it's fucking Sandro! When they see Sandro's portrait, because you know what the fuck that means. And you could lose those heroes. They could absolutely die. But it always felt like it was a meaningful thing when it happened. This doesn't feel like that at all. They just get wiped out and you don't even get a notification. They're just totally expendable. They feel like nothing. They have, for as much as they care about the aesthetics of this game, they care nothing about the aesthetics of your heroes and the D&D license itself, therefore, right? Like, that's kind of the big thing. They're going on quests. Shouldn't that matter? Shouldn't that feel big? Shouldn't that feel important in some way? Instead of just, like, random and throwaway? It just... depressing. Because I was so excited about this one. And it's just, it's not like it's a terrible game, but it's not good either. And the ways that it's bad are baffling. The magic is way overtuned also. I mean, like, one magic spell will wipe out 3 turns of progress, and they can cast the spell every single turn. So it just becomes who can cast magic fastest, and that doesn't feel right or good. Really unfortunate. It feels like those spells are supposed to feel really big and important and like they do a big thing. And honestly, they're having a huge effect, but you don't even get to see, like, it doesn't even pop up what happens there either for damage. It tells you if they've been damaged, but not by how much or anything like that. It's not like, whoa, they rolled a super success, like they got a 20. Like, use D&D, right? Use the D&D thing. Be like, oh wow, your opponent's got a critical success and wiped out a ton of your forces or something. But they would do that, but they would do it every turn, and also there would not even be a pop-up for it, so you'd have no idea if it did nothing, or if it wiped your entire map, basically. But they would do it constantly, like just over and over and over. So it goes from feeling special to feeling obnoxious very quickly. Yeah, maybe it's coming from like a populist thing. Yeah. And then like none of it's clear. Like it's just, they have such a big animated UI. It's one of those, the animation definitely trumps the functionality, which is a real problem in strategy games. Like, it's cool that they have the big red nebulous orb that shows the buildup of magic power for red magic, you know, your wizard spells. But then you should be able to mouse over it and get a number, if they're gonna do that. And that's just... So yeah, unfortunately this one looks really neat, seems like it's going to hit, and then just fizzles out. Critical one, unfortunately. Like, again, we watched me lose 9 hours, which was supposed to be like 2 hours, or 3 at most, on Heroes Might and Magic 2. And then I just went and played through the whole campaign, because I had to, because it's so good. And I mean, I know it's a later game, but... like, even Master of Orion, after I played that on stream, I played it again for a week on my own time. I just kept playing it because it was so good. I love strategy games. I'm a big strategy game fan, and they will... One more turn strategy games suck my life away. I'm not allowed to have these installed. Tanya gets mad at me if I have them installed, for good reason, because she's you heard the... I don't know if you heard the guest from downstairs, but like, I will stay up all night by accident, not even realize it, and just get no work done. And I don't even want to play this again. That's damning. Because it's exactly the style of game that I'd like. It has great music. It has great aesthetic. I like D&D. So there's like nothing about this that I shouldn't like. And yet none of it works. Like, I feel absolutely no compulsion to play this again. Dang. I even like Silicon Knights. I love Eternal Darkness. Maybe I shouldn't go back and play it again. Maybe I need to make sure that I don't. This might be the lowest ranked strategy game that we have, actually, now that I think about it. Definitely for something that's, like, looks this nice. They've got all the polish on it. You remember playing this game a ton as a kid, but you tried it again a couple years ago and bounced it in like an hour? Yeah. That's unfortunate, Kaiten. I'm glad that it's not just me then, because I'm like, maybe it's just that I'm not getting it? I always wonder that a little bit with some of the strategy games, because it is one of those things where they take a lot of time sometimes to really get the nuance of them, but this just feels imbalanced in some really awful ways. I think I'd rather finish Monster Bash than this. Ooh, okay. Yeah, the Crescent Hawk's Revenge is another strategy game, like thinking about where the bar is. That feels appropriate that it's around here, now that I think about it. Same with Afterlife, actually. Afterlife is another game that has a ton of wit and charm and all kinds of polish on it, being from LucasArts. And then it just doesn't work. You saw someone playing that again the other day. Do you mean Battletech or Afterlife? I would rather play this than Deluxe 3-Point Basketball. I'll give it that. The Crescent Hawk's Revenge. Do they also have the problems that I did with it? Because, like, I love Battletech. I get Battletech. I'm even back into my bullshit in Megamech, which is just all spreadsheets. But, yeah, this thing just bounced me real hard. I'd rather play Gorillas. Rather play Castle. I don't know if I'd rather play Afterlife. God, this feels so depressing. I really, really was excited for today. I was so pumped. Like, you have no idea, when I downloaded this and that music kicked in, I was unbelievably excited. I think I'd rather play Afterlife. Even just for, like, the excitement that I felt for this, the way that it ripped me off. Here, I'm gonna do it again. Let's do it. Here, alright. Title screen music for Fantasy Empires. But let's just do it sad style. Oh, can I not change? Wait. Oh, will it not let me change the playback speed? Really? That's... what? Huh. YouTube will not let me change the playback speed on this video. Well, isn't that ridiculous? I was gonna play it at half speed, so it's sad. Fuck. I guess I can't down-tune the Fantasy Empires title. Well, we'll get excited again and just feel bad. This still makes me feel bad. Womp womp. Still a top 200 game. There's a lot to like about it. It'd just be nice if it was more balanced, more important for the heroes, that they mattered, things like that. They could have had like 50% of the polish and just rounded out some of the gameplay systems, make the heroes a little more important, tune down the spells a notch, things like that. Although, as I say that, I'm like, I mean, they could also just make Heroes of Might and Magic 2. It feels like what they wanted to do is make a Heroes of Might and Magic 2. And they didn't know that they wanted to make it because Heroes of Might and Magic 2 hadn't been made yet. But also, or at least I don't think it had been. I doubt it. I don't think so. I think that it's like 96. I think it was about 3 years later. Kind of curious. Yeah, 2 was 96. That was right. Yeah. It'd have been nice if they'd have tried. In any case, we do have an interesting one that's coming up soon, because we did have... Somebody mentioned how this feels like it was trying to rip off Masters of Magic. Guess what we got as a request? So I'll be trying some... Instead of some Moo, we're going to go and see Mom. Very soon. I don't know if that'll be next week, but we'll do some new ones next week. Thank you all for being here. Leave that wonderful crescendo. And remember, you can always check out that full playlist on DOScider.neocities.org, or you can look at the playlist on YouTube. And I'm going to send you over to somebody else, so don't go away. Thanks for being here. Remember, if you're a sub or a patron, you can stop in the Discord, and there is a special channel just for the subs and patrons, where you can request a game every month. We have a bunch of requests for December, but there's still a lot of people I know that haven't put in one. So if you'd like to put one in, you can go ahead and do that there. And I will send you on over to somebody else.